the Prince Charming in this movie is probably the worst Prince Charming out of any Cinderella movie ever made.
This one takes it a long way from the original 1950 animation video.
Yeah, maybe your fairy tale ending isn't what you thought it was.
Those who deserve to were destined to live happily ever.
Welcome to the Cindy Show. My name is Lily.
And I'm Rosie.
Yeah, welcome guys. It is our 25th Cindy Show review today.
Yeah.
So we have been far. We've gone places. We've reviewed a lot of movies.
Yeah.
We've seen some good ones. We've seen some not so great ones.
Yeah. If you haven't checked out our channel, do so and let us know what Cinderella movie adaptation you want us to do next. We've done 25, so yep, keep sending them to us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
the movie we're going to do today is Into the Woods. And it's a mashup of different movies, fairy tales, and Rosie's going to tell you more about it.
Yeah, so it's starring Anna Kendrick, who plays Cinderella, Chris Pine, and Meryl Streep, and quite a few other actors and actresses who are very famous. It's a fairy tale mashup, so it's a live-action adaptation of the hit Broadway musical Into the Woods. This movie came out in 2014, and basically, to summarize a long story, a witch sends a baker and his wife on a mission into the woods to find ingredients to break a family curse. And these ingredients come from different well-known fairy tale stories like Cinderella, Rapunzel, Jack and the Beanstalk, and Little Red Riding Hood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say, actually we both say our favorite part of this movie was the Cinderella part.
Yeah. Yeah, so Anna Kendrick sings a really cool song on the steps of the palace. And she does a really good job, and it's a great song. And she's kind of in a quandary. In this version, she goes to the palace a couple times, and every time she runs back. And so this time, when she's stuck on the stairs of the palace...
Sammy! Hi, Sammy. It's okay. Our cat just knocked over our phone. Hey, hon. Come here. I know you want attention. Okay, come here.
Anyway, when she's stuck on the stairs of the palace, she is stuck because the prince had poured pitch on the ground, on the stairs, to keep her stuck there to try to catch her.
Knowing this time I'd run from him. He spread pitch on the stairs, and I'm caught unawares. Well, it means that he cares.
And so she goes through a quandary in this song about should she let the prince catch her? Why is she running away? All of this stuff. And so it's a cool song. I like it.
Yeah, because it freezes, and then she's just like walking back and forth and laying down and trying to figure out like, what do I want to do? What do I want? Do I even know what I want?
But then how can you know who you are till you know what you want, which I don't? So then which do you pick? Where you're safe, out of sight and yourself, but where everything's wrong?
Which is like really cool, because in most Cinderella movie adaptations, the shoe just kind of falls off. But in this one, she chooses to leave it.
And then see what he'll do. Now it's he and not you who'll be stuck with a shoe in a stew, in the goo.
Yeah.
Which is like a big part of Cinderella movies, the scene where the shoe falls off.
I'm sorry, I've gotta go.
I'm looking for the woman that brought this stocking to my Chris masquerade ball.
My shoe! My shoe! Please come back!
I'm late.
Where are you?
Wait!
That was cool.
Yeah, I liked how everything kind of paused in time, and the prince was there, but he was just paused. And then it's like the Cinderella character has this moment where she's trying to. It's like when you have to make a split-second decision, except she was thinking about it more thoroughly.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that was cool. Some other highlights. The prince and also so Prince Charming and also the prince who was trying to get the attention of Rapunzel, they have a song that they sing together called Agony, and that was one of the highlights of the movie because it's just so silly. Prince Charming is talking about how he can't seem to catch Cinderella.
Yep.
And then the prince who is trying to get the attention of Rapunzel, he's in agony because he can't seem to get up to where she's at, and they just sing this song and it's really funny. Agony.
That couldn't cut like a knife.
Steps behind, always 10 feet below, and she's just out of reach. Agony that can cut like a knife.
Yeah, those were some highlights. Definitely our favorite part of the movie overall was the scenes with Cinderella in it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there were a handful of things that really brought down the movie for us. More specifically, the prince. Prince Charming was horrible. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the Prince Charming in this movie is probably the worst Prince Charming out of any Cinderella movie ever made. Because he's not a good guy.
He's a player.
Yeah, he's a player. There's a scene that I won't go into a lot of detail in, but the baker's wife and him end up meeting up in the woods, and they end up kind of having an affair together, kissing, and he's just singing to her and very much seducing her. And then when Cinderella confronts him about it, he says, "I was raised to be charming, not sincere."
If this is how you behave as a prince, what kind of king will you be?
I was raised to be charming, not sincere.
So she doesn't actually end up being with him because he's not a great guy. Which is interesting because Once Upon a Crime, the 2023 movie that we reviewed, Cinderella also doesn't get the prince in that movie. And just the point to that scene, I didn't understand the point.
Yeah.
We watched it and we just felt kind of like, okay, there was no point to that scene. If you are going to have a scene like that in the movie, there needs to be a pretty good darn point. You can't just throw a scene like that in a movie and basically have it be pointless.
Yeah. Well, and it was right at the end of the movie, so it kind of left you with a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
It really didn't need to be there.
Yeah. Because up until then, we actually liked the character of the baker's wife.
Yeah.
So it really brought her down for us, and then she ends up dying, of course. Also, the scene where Johnny Depp, who plays the wolf, is singing to Little Red Riding Hood in the forest about how he wants to eat her for lunch. So this is a character, a guy, who looks very much like a man who's supposed to be a wolf, but he's singing about eating a little girl. And there was something kind of disturbing about the way it was just kind of done. I think that and some other things just didn't adapt well from play to movie, and that was one of the scenes. It was just creepy. Yeah.
But overall, there was really good singing in this. A lot of famous actors and actresses were in this. And also a lot of really nice costumes. They did a good job with this, and we were going to rate it lower, but we decided to bump it up a little bit.
Yeah. So what were we going to rate this?
Yes. We're going to give this a 4.5. We like some things about this, but a lot of the things, such as the scene with the baker's wife and Prince Charming, kind of brought it down for us. But we love the parts with Cinderella.
Yes.
Why would you run away?
It's not quite what I expected.
So Rosie wanted to mention a little bit of the message from this film.
Yes. Yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about was the message, which varied from other Cinderella movies, where how it's a happy ending. Kind of similar to Once Upon a Crime, where Cinderella doesn't get the prince at the end. Of course, Cinderella and the prince don't end up together. And the whole movie kind of asks the question, do you really want what you dream and wish for? And maybe your fairy tale ending isn't what you thought it was. I know when Cinderella is on the stairs singing her song, she asks herself, what do I want? Do I even know what I want? Which is pretty deep thinking for a Cinderella movie.
My father's house was a nightmare. Your house a dream. Now I want something in between.
And it turns out it's really not what she wants.
Yeah. So this one takes it a long way from the original 1950 animation video.
Yes.
A lot of character development on the part of Cinderella.
Yeah, a lot of deep thinking.
All will come to a happy end.
Not always.
It's funny, I found out that one of Cinderella's stepsisters, her name is Lucy Punch, she's also a stepsister in 2 other Cinderella movies. The Ella Enchanted and the 2000 Cinderella, which we haven't watched yet. But that was kind of funny that I found.
Yeah.
Also, same with Once Upon a Crime and Enchanted, the 2007 one. It's a fairy tale mashup. So it's got some similarities to those Cinderella movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This is our 25th Cindy Show review. Join us next time, and we'll catch you later.
All right. Bye. Oh man, I'm gonna have to wash it.